Hello viewer, and welcome back to the Vector 2010 channel, or just welcome to the Vector 2010 channel. Now, if you've read my channel bio, you probably know that I like Skylanders just as much as Halo, but I haven't really made that many videos on it, so let's change that. I thought it would be fun to go through and say my least favorite Skylander from every element, which, now that I think about it, is kind of funny because I'll just be talking shit about Skylanders. But that's fine. Anyways, I will be going through all 10 elements and listing my least favorite Skylander from those elements. Now, there are a couple of important things to note. First, this is not rage bait. I know I have a couple of controversial opinions, but that's what they are. They're my opinions. They're true. I am not trying to rage bait or cause controversy. That's all it is. Second of all, I don't have all 167 Skylanders. So in some of these elements, there might be worse characters, and I just don't have them. So without further ado, let's get into it, starting with the Earth element.
For the Earth element, I decided to go with Terrafin. He's just really bad, like, all the way around. His burrowing ability is really crappy. It feels terrible to use the belly flop because you're left so vulnerable and it doesn't do nearly enough damage. His primary ability is so hard to aim, which is weird because it's a punching ability. And his tertiary, again, is really difficult to aim, but it's the only decent ability he has, and its damage is just awful. So all around, Terrafin is just a really bad character. Next up we have Air, and the character I decided to go with is actually Stormblade. She's just so mediocre, and like unfocused and unoriginal. She's essentially just the exact same as like Spitfire, except her primary ability is ranged. That's pretty much it. She just feels so similar to playing Spitfire, but she's just so weak. She does no damage, and while a lot of superchargers suffer from this ability, she just doesn't feel as fluid or fun to play as other superchargers for reasons I can't quite put my finger on. I don't know, I'm just not really a fan of this one. Up next is someone from the water element, and I actually decided to go with Lobstar. He's just not that good. Like, his primary ability is the only good ability, and while an overheating type ability is like cool in concept, it has to be done right. Like, I really like Smolder Dash and Frino from Swap Force. They both have that kind of similar thing where they have two different kind of modes. One's like more fired up and one's not. And they both do that super well. But Lobstar also wants to do that with his boiling over. And he just can't. It just takes way too long. Like, you're getting to being boiled over just as long as you actually are boiled over. And you're just left too vulnerable for too long. And you're only actually decent as a character while you are boiled over, so it's not good. He's just, compared to other Trapmasters and other Skylanders in the water element, super mediocre. Not necessarily bad, but not good either. Okay. For the fire element, I need you guys to promise me that you're not gonna skin me alive. For the fire element, I decided to go with Flameslinger.
What? No, alright. I know that sounds bad.
Hear me out. He's so bad. Like, I know that's the whole point of the video, but he's so bad, dude. I don't see the hype. He's unoriginal. First of all, can we just admit that? He's so unoriginal. His arrows is like, yeah, okay, it's a projectile attack, you could have an argument for it, but I think it's way too similar to Gilgrunt. I do. I think it's just way too similar of a long-range type projectile attack. It just feels like it's the exact same as Gilgrunt, except instead of piercing, they can explode. That just feels too similar to me, but maybe it's just because Gilgrunt's my favorite character. So let's take a look at his other two abilities. His running ability is literally just Zap Slime Trail, except it doesn't stun enemies, so it's just a worse version of Zap Slime Trail. Not good. And his third ability is shooting arrows up into the air, and they fire back down. That's just the exact same as Duke's Mortar ability. The only difference is the arrows are way weaker, but you're shooting more of them. okay. I don't like his run ability. I feel like it doesn't last nearly as long as it should, and it doesn't do enough damage, and you have to lure enemies into it, which is a bad idea, because you're a ranged character. You shouldn't be doing that. And his third ability is so weak, and it feels like it misses on purpose, and just because, and like, yeah, it has crowd control.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
But it can only actually control a crowd of chunkies. Okay, dude, he's really not that great. I don't see the appeal. Did anybody else get that reference? No? Just me? Oh, okay. I'll move on. So now we're brought to the tech element. And I actually did not decide Sprocket. I decided Countdown. Because, like, while Sprocket is bad in most of the games, have you ever played her in Imaginators? Dude, Sprocket is a beast in Imaginators, so that alone just brings her up. Countdown, on the other hand, is mid in every game. He's just really boring. Like, he's got a minion ability, he's got a basic primary, and his secondary is pretty unique, but like, it's not that powerful. That's just his main problem, like all around. He's just not that strong. He's so weak. He's not really good in any particular game, and he's not that original or fun. I think you guys are starting to notice a pattern where I don't like unoriginal characters. He's just too basic for my palate. At least Sprocket tried. And now we're brought to Magic with another Swap Force core, but it's not Dunebug. Because, like, Dunebug is remembered now. Dunebug is remembered for being forgotten, if that makes sense. Like, ironically, Dunebug is so remembered now because he's so forgotten. And actually, I think Dunebug is pretty fun. I think he's pretty fun, and he's pretty charming, and I like the little bug ball he can summon. It's really cute, and I like him. He's fun. You know who's not fun or remembered at all? That's right, it's Starstrike. First of all, I always get her name and Starcast confused. That's already a point off. I shouldn't be getting confused on your name.
Yeah, this is big brain time.
But also, she's really forgotten. I don't think I see anyone ever talk about Starstrike, dude. Who cares about her? Well, I can give her this, alright? Just like the rest of the Magic element, she is very original. She's really cool. Like, design-wise, I like her design. Like, in concept, she is pretty cool, but it just gets kind of tedious and annoying having to constantly bounce around one projectile because it's her only strong move. But you have to stay so hyper-focused with every single engagement, and eventually it just gets tiring. So, she's not bad. She falls into a place a lot of characters on this list do, where they're just mediocre.
Next up we have the Undead element. Now I actually decided to go with Cynder. First of all, them committing and giving her a breath attack instead of just a projectile disguised as a breath attack is really cool. I like that. That's good commitment. But her Shadow Dash just kind of feels really similar to Sunburn's teleporting, and flying is always just a waste of a move, and neither of her WoW powers are really good, although I do commemorate her Series 2 for making her seem like she is flying for a reason. But yeah, most Undead Skylanders are either just like really strong or just like really cool, and she's just kind of fades into the background. She's not super memorable, despite being a cameo character. Okay, so you guys remember how I said, don't skin my hide over Flameslinger? You're gonna be even more angry about my choice for the life element, because it's not Super Shot Stealth Elf, it's T-Rex. Hear me out, okay? T-Rex just feels unfocused as a character. First of all, like, the charging, the melee, the range, it's kind of basic, like, and feels unfocused. Like, did they want to make him melee or ranged? It's just kind of all over the place for him. And he's not too particularly good at anything. I understand that since he's a starter pack character, he could kind of be like a mixed bag. He's not great at anything, but he's not terrible at anything either. I could kind of understand that. But he's just not powerful as a giant. I feel like he's really weak. He's kind of just more of a target than any other giant character. And he's not, like, super cool like most of the life characters are. Unlike Flameslinger, where I have definite reasons for not liking him, I can't really put my finger on T-Rex. I can't make a good excuse about why I don't enjoy him. I feel like I should, but I just don't. I never have, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of a, I don't know.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Alright, the life element was tough, because, like, I know a lot of people say that they don't like Aurora, but I don't have Aurora. I like all 3 of the light characters that I have a lot, so I ended up just choosing Spotlight, because I guess she's the worst of the 3. Like, Nightlight and Astroblast just feel a little bit stronger, and Spotlight has a gimmick that's pretty similar to Prism Break. That's really all I have to say. I mean, Spotlight's a really good character, but I guess she's a little bit worse than Nightlight and Astroblast, so moving on. Now we're at the last element of the video. Let's go!
It's Hazel! I need you!
Alright, last character I decided to do was Nightmare, easily the worst of the dark element. Just like with Light, I have 3 characters, both of the ones from Trap Team and the Supercharger, and Nightfall and Blackout are stellar! Like, top 30 characters in the entire series, and Nightmare is just kind of okay. You know, she's got really basic attacks, she's got a sword ability, like she just swings her sword, and then she's got a jousting ability, and then she's got her Dark Horn. And it's like, that's so boring. Like, she doesn't feel like a Dark Skylander, let alone an introduction to a Dark Skylander, or even a Dark Trapmaster. Like, she's just so boring. They could have done so much more with her, but the only thing that feels remotely Dark Element about her is her horn, and that's it. Like, it's so lame and lazy and boring. She's not bad, but compared to the other 2 that I have, she's just forgettable, which is weird, because she's the only Dark Trapmaster. Okay, you've sat here listening to me ramble for 11 minutes, so clearly you at least enjoy what I make a little bit. So I don't know, maybe consider liking and subscribing or something. Bye!